like riding Amtrak trains?
This is the last call for New Carrollton, Maryland. Alright, next scheduled stop this morning will be BWI, Thurgood Marshall International Airport. BWI is next. If you're exiting at BWI, use this time. Make sure you have all personal belongings together and you're ready to board to exit.
I don't know what it is, but I'm a big fan of how this guy makes announcements. And they also give a lot of practical information.
BWI station stop. Use this time to make sure you have all of your personal items. Be prepared to exit once you step. BWI Airport now arriving. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a free shuttle available that will take you directly to the airport. The bus stop for the shuttle is located between the two parking garages. Once again, the station stop is BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport.
It's just a short bus ride to the airport terminal. Yeah, folks, I'm here at Washington Baltimore International Airport. Looking forward to an interesting flight today with Boutique Air from here via Massena in northern state of New York all the way to Boston. That'll be an interesting flight because it's on a Pilatus PC-12. I've never been on a plane like that. So yeah, it's nice and sunny here in Baltimore. Let's see what the flight is going to be like. BWI is a straightforward and easy to use airport and not very busy at this time of the day. In addition to the usual domestic services on airlines like Southwest, the airport is served by British Airways from Heathrow and also has some cargo operations. So, all checked in for my flight to Massena and onwards to Boston. Look at that view. Beautiful planes here, cargo planes. So, we'll only be 4 people on the plane. There are 8 seats, so it's 50% full. 4 people, and it's going to be about 90 minutes flight time to Massena. Boutique Air is located at a very quiet end of the terminal. And there she is, the Pilatus PC-12 that we'll be flying on today. Let's sit down at the gate and enjoy the best music an airport terminal could possibly have in store for its passengers. And soon it was time to board our private aircraft. I was counting 2 passengers and 2 pilots. Alright, airborne from BWI Airport, on the way to Massena, a small town in the northern state of New York. Pilot said a storm is coming up later today, so we're not 100% sure if we'll be able to make it all the way to Boston. He was pretty sure though that they don't gonna make it back to Massena. So there's even a couple of drinks available here on board and a couple of snacks. So it's a really nice flight, and yeah, hopefully we get to our final destination. Flying on this aircraft really feels like being on a private jet. However, reality does not quite match the glossy photo from their website. Boutique Air is serving Massena as an essential air service provider connecting small off-the-beaten-track communities to bigger airports offering reasonable prices in exchange for receiving subsidies from the respective communities. I paid $112 including checked baggage, which I would say is a pretty standard fare for flights between DC and Boston. Massena has a nice departure lounge, but this is just the beginning of the upcoming waiting game. Okay, folks, so this day did not go to plan eventually. The flight from Baltimore to Massena was very nice. We were only 2 people on the plane. Absolutely fantastic. Landing in Massena was fantastic. Bit of snow on the runway, but never mind. Then they came up with the information that they have a mechanical issue on the aircraft. Actually on the de-icing mechanisms on the plane. So they had to call a mechanic. It took the mechanic 1 hour to arrive at the airport and have a look at the airplane. But unfortunately, in the meantime, the weather changed to freezing fog, and that's conditions in which aircraft are not supposed to fly. So eventually the flight was cancelled after sitting for 2 hours at the airport. They gave us a ride into town. I had to book a new hotel here in Massena, and Massena is really nothing you wanna see. It's not only boring, it's just it's nothing. You don't want to be here. The guy I met on the plane to Massena, I asked him if he was from Massena, if he lives here, and he said yes, unfortunately. That says everything about this place, but never mind, I'm stranded here. I'm booked on the first flight tomorrow morning, but looking at the weather, I don't think that flight will leave at 6:45. Airport workers have been trying to get rid of the snow since 5 o'clock in the morning, with moderate success. But all of a sudden, we gave it a go and tried to get out of here, successfully. You too, thank you very much. Yeah. Well done, thank you. Okay, finally made it to Boston. After my flight was eventually cancelled yesterday, we were at the airport at 6 o'clock this morning, and yeah, they pulled the plane in front of the terminal, almost ready to go, and then they decided nope, weather is too severe, so we stayed in the airport lounge for another 3 hours in total. Pilot came in and said, okay, we might have a gap, a time slot of like 5 to 10 minutes. And so, yeah, we boarded the plane, loaded the bags, and tried to get out of Massena. And, well, we made it. So that was quite an adventure with Boutique Air. Flying from Baltimore via Massena, in my case with a night in the Super 8 hotel, and onwards to Boston. My time to explore Boston is now reduced to half a day. Let's see what we can squeeze in. It has to be the iconic Boston dish, the lobster roll. Boston has its own vibe, and I enjoyed visiting the waterfront, even if the sky is grey like it is today. As usual, I explored the city on foot, including Back Bay and Beacon Hill. That was my little adventure flying Boutique Air to Boston. If you enjoyed the video, please check out my other adventures and subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come.